shrimp. Much for joining for tasting time. Hi, I'm Katie O'Reilly and welcome to KDO's Food Carnival. Game day bites. Let's make it fresh. I love the whole idea of getting those dips and spreads and all that good stuff going for game day so you can watch your favorite game. Doesn't matter what sport, doesn't matter if it's your kid's sport. You don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. However, going into your grocery store and just pulling it off the shelf can be easy, but not always the freshest. I'm going to show you how to make it with fresh ingredients. It's delicious, it's easy to make in advance, and you can enjoy your favorite game day with your friends while you're munching. Let's go into the KDO Food Carnival, and I'll show you my tips. Hi, I'm KDO, and welcome to the kitchen. Game day bites, making it fresh. Here I am, some of our classic favorites. I'm gonna start you off with that chips and dip. Generally, it's a bag of chips and some store-bought French onion dip, right? Are you hearing me? It's comfortable, it's fantastic, it's what you're gonna eat while you're watching the game. However, when you're making it fresh, it's that much better. And all of these, I promise, we can make in advance. Bring it out, and all you have to think about is how delicious you are munching during that game. Okay, 3 different type of chips. Now, I am going overboard, but I love sweet potato chips, purple potato chips, and white Yukon Gold potato chips. And that is not, you can buy your chips if you don't feel like making your own. No judgment here. Trust me, this is a labor of love, but if you have a fryer and you love your fryer, slice those chips thin, those potatoes thin, put them right in that deep fryer, make them crisp, make them in advance, lay them on a sheet. Perfect for that game. Now, the trick is in the dip. I did not buy this dip. It is a caramelized onion and shallot dip. So I've taken my onions, diced them up real small with a little bit of shallot, and just caramelized them on a low heat in a pan until they got that golden brown. That's when I mix them with my sour cream, and the flavor gets infused in that sour cream, and it is so delicious. But the best thing is there's no flavor powder or anything artificial. This is all natural, delicious, fresh ingredients. I have not opted to add too much else to it. And also, in all of these, I am using the full fat variety, so I'm using my full fat sour cream. Feel free if you want to cut your calories in fat. There's low fat sour creams, there's low fat yogurts, there's all kinds of alternatives. Low fat mayonnaise, there's even vegan mayonnaise if you want to go that route. Okay, I adore a Mexican 9-layer dip. I love it so much, but oftentimes when I go to buy it, it doesn't look fresh, it's not the way I want it to taste, it doesn't have all the ingredients the way I want it. Make it yourself. The layers are delectable. You've got cheese, homemade guacamole. You can buy your guacamole if it's a fresh guacamole, but if you can make it yourself, even better. You've got tomatoes. You've got so many ingredients. You've got beans, and if you take your refried beans and mix them with a little bit of the taco seasoning, you are gonna really find an uplifting zest to the whole dish. You've got green olives, cilantro, onion, queso fresco on top, a little cilantro on top, or a little salsa on top, and you are in 9-layer heaven. You build it right before your guests come over, and you are going to have one gorgeous treat. And I guarantee this will not be left over. The layers of flavor are distinct and inviting. That is jumping out. That's the best 9-layer dip you will dream of. I'm telling you, you are never going back either. These are things you're gonna really treasure, and they're simple to make in advance. I have shown before, but people have called me for the recipe. How do I make the smoked fish dip? And I'm gonna tell you really quickly. Actually, I'm showing you really quickly. Smoked trout. Blend it in a blender till it's nice and crumbly. Add your mayonnaise and your lemon and your salt and pepper and a little Tabasco. Mix that up, chill it, and you've got your smoked fish dip. It is that easy. Now, I love to pair it. I love a nice wafery cracker. I love lemon, tomato, pepperoncini. But honestly, just that fish dip. Brings you right to the sea. I am swimming in the ocean. Delicious. And that smokiness is really perfect for game day because it kind of excites and exhilarates your palate. There is nothing more southern than a pimento dip, but even though I'm not from the South, I have grown to love that dip. It has become one of my favorite things, and I know why the South embraces it. And then once I learned how to make it, it's basically your jalapeno jack cheese, a little sour cream and mayonnaise. It's got some cheddar cheese in there, and then your pimentos, which are just in a jar, sliced thin, beautiful. You can do a little green onion. It is fabulous. I did a little sourdough crisp with this, a little cheddar cheese on top, a little pimento cheese on top. You could even do a little crumbled bacon. That is dreamy. I am a Southern girl when it comes to that dip. Truly, truly. Okay. I'm taking you in another direction, which is something that I have discovered I love the flavors of. I love to work with curry. And whenever I can work in curry into a dip, it really brings another direction and an element of flavor, so it brings excitement to the table. I have done a curry dip with, once again, a sour cream mayonnaise mix. Toast your curry in your pan prior to mixing it into your dip. You never want to add a raw, dry curry. It's not going to blend properly, no matter how long you let it sit. You have got to toast it. Nice, warm, medium-high heat, a little bit of oil. Toast that curry before you mix it into your sour cream. Let it cool down so it doesn't heat your cream, but that's all you need to do, and it becomes beautiful. And I've topped it with little baby shrimp, because curry dip with shrimp is like a combination that just sings. It adds a little heartiness, something robust, but like I said, this is delectable, it's inviting, and it is definitely something different on the dip variety. And I love a spinach dip, cold or warm. In this segment, we're showing it cold. In the next, I'm showing my warm dips, and you're gonna see it again. I love to make spinach dip. You can either make it with fresh spinach, but if you're using frozen spinach, make sure you squeeze out all that water. So even after you strain it, you wanna squeeze out the excess water because there's a lot in there. Then you mix it with your green onion, your sour cream, your mayonnaise. I love water chestnuts for a little secret crunch. And then you can either utilize a store-bought seasoned packet or make your own. Garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of vegetable bouillon for salt and seasoning, and just play around with it because it can be so fresh. It is delicious. Then, because we've shown so many crackers and breads, I love to utilize and infuse it with a variety of vegetables. All kinds of bright vegetables. It's so fun because we need something a little crunchier and fresh on game day, just to kind of create that balance. And I love to steam out my broccoli a little bit, my zucchini, my asparagus, my green beans, and then leave that crunch in those carrots and radishes and tomatoes and peppers. So fun. Create the texture and the excitement. It's game day. Let's dip and munch. Be right back with more at the Carnival Kitchen. Hi, Katie-O. Welcome back to the Carnival Kitchen. All right, we just saw a whole variety of fresh, delicious cold dip favorites. And now we're moving into the real comfort food. When dips get warm, they get comfortable. I love it. I have a few favorites, a few new ones to challenge you on, to get your thoughts kind of rolling for this sporting season. Okay, where to begin? Well, I did promise that I was gonna show you the warm version of the spinach dip. I've mixed this one with artichokes. It's much creamier. There's a lot of Parmesan in there. This is decadent. Now, when you're doing the dips that are warm, all of these are gonna be made in advance in a heated casserole dish. You can move them to something a little bit more attractive for service, but serve them warm. Make them ahead of time, enjoy your game, throw it in the oven, pull them out, serve. This is perfect because these are garlic crostini, which adds with that Parmesan and that creamy spinach and the artichokes, and there's a little lemon zest in there, which I love to kind of brighten it with. Look at that. You can just see how inviting and invigorating that spinach dip is getting to me. It's creamy, it's smooth, and it welcomes you in. I love it. Whether your team's winning or losing, you're going for the spinach dip. Okay. I have super fun. You're feeling a little bit more upscale. A warm crab dip. A cheddar warm crab dip is just about every form of decadence. It's your seafood, it's your crab, it's your gooey cheese, it's all those good things. I'm serving it with a little pita chip, anything. I've got a variety of crackers. Do whatever you want. Breads and chips, crisps, toast points, they go with all of these. So mix and match if you want to. But the crab, when it's flavored beautifully, highlighted by that cheddar and that creaminess, it brings about like a decadent, it's almost like another level of like a seafood Newburg, like that kind of indulgent crab feel. And everybody loves that on game day. You want to kind of celebrate, and food is a great way to celebrate. I love queso fundido. At first I used to think, what a confusing dish to make. So I'm showing you. All you need is the Chihuahua cheese, shredded. Layer that. You can make your chorizo, take it out of the casing, and saute it up so it's nice and crisp. Drain it completely so any excess grease gets out of it. The flavor will still be in the meat. Layer that on your cheese, grill up some poblanos, slice them in strips, put those on top, a little more cheese, in the oven right before your guests come over. You can serve them either with a crispy tortilla chip, or I love to just saute up some corn tostito or tortillas. And this is brilliant and beautiful and gooey and fun, but it's got a spice level, depending on what your poblano spice level is in your chorizo, that is really not for the faint of heart. Spicy, zesty, keeps your palate alive. That is a surprising, easy, should be an all-time sports favorite, because you need a little spice when you're like watching that to keep you going, especially if you're like drinking beers or whatever you're doing. That's a great one. That's a great one. It's nice and meaty too. Okay, not to leave the other two out, look at these two. Who doesn't love pizza, right? Sausage pizza dip, with little pizza crisps. So I made the pizza dough, I've made the pizza dip, and I want to break through this beautiful layer of mozzarella and show you. I've actually mixed the tomato sauce with a little cream with the sausage when I cooked it. Then I've got that layer of fresh mozzarella, which is just beautiful. So it's kind of like a little build your own pizza. Are you following me on this one? And the flavors are delicious. So people can dive in. If they like a lot of topping, if they like a lot of crust, you go where you want to go. But you can make it all in advance, which is the most important thing. Because I've said this before, whether it's your kid's game or a professional game or your favorite team, or whether you're not even into the game that much, you just want to see your friends, these are perfect. They can be made in advance. That's to die for. Okay, I am really showing you something a little different on this last one because I like to do that. What I've done is I've done a Gruyere and caramelized onion with bacon, so it kind of emulates the flavor profiles of a French onion soup. Now I did mix the onions with a little cream, so it's a creamy caramelized bacon onion dip with Gruyere. And Gruyere, the reason I like it is because it's real sharp. It is a form of like a Swiss, kind of got the same flavor as Swiss, but Gruyere is a little bit sharper. And there's a little cream cheese and a little sour cream in this, and then just some chives and scallion on top. The bacon adds a smokiness that really ties together that caramelization, because when onions caramelize, they get sweet, and then the cheese is sharp, and the bacon is salty and meaty. That's an amazing dip. I've got so many varieties of crackers, like I said, crackers, dips, tortillas. Your friends are gonna be set. You can even do potato chips if you want. I didn't show any, but that doesn't matter. And then these pizza strips are a great way to tie in your beautiful pizza crust that you make. Otherwise, you can go buy one, layer it with a little olive oil, and cut it into strips after you cook it in the oven. So many easy ways to do this, all of it done in advance, and you're making it fresh. You're not going out and buying this, because buying can not only get expensive, but it can also use maybe not the highest, freshest ingredients. And what we're trying to capture here is these are all not low fat, but good for you. They're good ingredients. So let's make it ourselves. Don't be intimidated. Go to my website for the complete menu, ktofoodcarnival.com. You're gonna get the complete menu, and then email me and I'll get you the recipes, tips. I've got some tips behind the scenes sometimes that I can share with you. So much information to be had here. I love you guys. We'll be right back with more amazing game bites. Hi, KTO. Welcome back to the Carnival Kitchen. Okay, game day bites. Keeping it fresh, keeping it real. I think this is pretty much the coolest thing that I could have really come up with, and I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else. I have gone ahead and purchased some very extra large baking potatoes. You bake them in the oven for quite a while. I would say I usually go at about 400 for sometimes an hour and 25 minutes, so till they're crispy on the outside and nice and mushy on the inside. Then I take them and I cut them in half. Not all the way through, they're still connected, kind of like a book, right? Scoop out the insides, put it in a bowl, blend it with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, little Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper. Take all of those ingredients and stuff them into one half of the potato. Now we're in for a carnival ride. What comes next? Anything you want, really. You have a whole half a potato bowl to work with and play with. It's so exciting. So everybody eats their stuffed and twice baked potato. And let's start at the beginning. I made, so creative, a Reuben. Some shredded corned beef, some caraway sour cream, or sauerkraut, excuse me, some yummy Thousand Island dressing with a little pickliness going on in that, tart and zesty, and then covered in Swiss cheese. You put the whole potato, both sides still connected, in the oven and melt it down and cook it. How inviting is that? That is so delicious, so game day, and it is dinner. It is a full meal. You get, I mean, it's more than most people can eat. So just look at this potato. It's creamy, it's cheesy. I've topped it with some chives. It's buttery. That is delicious and homey and comfortable. And then I go with this incredible Reuben, which no bread because we have that potato bowl and then the potato next to it for our starch. Look at that. But I put the caraways into the sour cream. Thousand Island dressing can go on top if you don't want to heat it in with it, but I like to mix a little in too. That's phenomenal. Pepperoni pizza, twice baked potato. I've got egg. Okay, so pepperoni pizza is literally just your beautiful sauce, pepperoni, cheese, built in, always delicious. Everybody loves pizza. Everybody loves twice baked potatoes. And pepperoni's meaty and zesty and spicy and a little bit greasy, which is absorbed by that potato. Perfect. Okay, on this other side, you're seeing here, I've taken raw eggs and cracked them into that, stuck it into the oven until they bake. Then I've topped it with some crumbled bacon and some hard-boiled egg. And that is just a treat. And then mixed with that potato. That's perfect for an early morning game. I'm telling you, that is breakfast. Okay, what do we want to see if we want to really see some seafood? I've taken, like, honestly, scallops and shrimp and a little bit of clams and blackened them, put them in there, topped them with a little cheese, and then covered them in a New Orleans creamy crawfish sauce. That is a recipe you're going to want to get on my website, ktofoodcarnival.com. That is a spicy, creamy, zesty New Orleans kind of feel. Seafood and a cheesy potato, and you're pretty much like a creamy, cheesy potato. You are dreaming. And not only that, you're in comfort land. It's perfect for a hearty, cooler day. Also, what else? Chili. Use the bowl as your chili holder. Top it with a little onion, a little cheddar cheese if you want more cheese. Otherwise, just use the cheese from the other potato. And look at that. A nice, meaty chili with some beans, and you are balanced. These are absolutely full meals. And last but not least, in such a gorgeous way, I have done a hearty beef bourguignon with a little bit of mushrooms and carrots, so it's almost like a stew, but it's got that bourguignon red wine feel. And that mixed with the potato, you can do a little extra sauce on there. That is perfect for those cooler games. Tailgate, anything. You've been tossing the ball around at halftime. You're gonna love this. Coming into this, warming up, having fun. Last but not least, for our vegetarians or non-vegetarians, or let's just say you don't want any more meat, do steamed broccoli and a cheese sauce. Of course, I've topped mine with a little crumbled bacon, but you don't need to. And that is a super hearty dish. And that's kind of like the classic. You know, when they did the loaded baked potatoes at the mall way back when? I don't know, any of you that were alive in the 80s? Going to the mall? That was such the thing. And the loaded broccoli, cheddar, bacon, that was the thing. Here you go, retro. Still as delicious. Always timely. We'll be right back with desserts. You can get as creative as you want with your baked potatoes and have fun on game day. This is all so easy. We'll be right back with desserts. Hi, welcome back. It's Katie-O with Katie-O's Food Carnival Kitchen, and this is game day dessert bites. Oh, yummy. Let's get our sugar on, people. Let's play ball. These are some favorites, and I've made them into dips. How cool is that? Right in front of me, I have the most amazing cannoli dip. I love cannolis, but one thing I know about cannolis, if you love a cannoli really, like a ton, and you get way into them, you realize you have to fill a cannoli right before you eat it, right? And it's kind of a lot of work to pipe it into that round shell. I don't mind doing it, but if I'm enjoying a game, I don't want to be piping you cannolis. I gotta be honest. But I can take that cannoli filling, top it with the pistachios, and make a crispy shell cookie for dipping. You do the work. Mine's all done. Yum. Super crispy, nutty, creamy. I don't even add any kind of zest. I have a beautiful recipe for a sweet cannoli filling. It's pure and natural, but real smooth. That is so delicious. I do love pistachios, but you know, you do chocolate chips, you can do peanuts, whatever your fancy is, your Italian little grandma did. That's what you do. I love those pistachios. They're delicious. Sometimes I add a dipper of a chocolate chip cookie to just kind of like, if you like some chocolate chips, but you don't want them in your cannoli, dip that, right? You dip that right in there. Now we're talking. Or just fill a little cup in advance. So many options. Right here, I have the most amazing recipe for a brownie batter dip. It's honestly without egg and all that. You'll make it more with cream cheese and that delightful, if you wanted to use a little mascarpone in there. It is so creamy and delicious, and you can dip so many things into it. Could do the chocolate chip cookie, but like you could graham crackers. Check it out. You can even dip a pretzel, like one of those pretzel thins that are nice and crisp. A salty, crunchy, chocolatey pretzel. That is so unique and fun. I'm loving it. Okay. This is not a dip, but I have homemade, and I recommend it to anybody out there if you're a baker. This is the replica of the Girl Scout cookie, the samosa. Who doesn't love a samosa? Well, if you like, okay, those who don't like coconut wouldn't love a samosa, but everybody else in the world, it's caramel, it's coconut, it's chocolate, it's sugar cookie. Crunchy, creamy, earthy with that coconut. And boy, is that a sweet treat. And it is so, a little bit retro. It's like that throwback. Everyone's gonna be like, that's so fun and kitschy. Super cute, super cute. Okay, we are having fun. I think you see me on this one. Okay, the rest of these are all like really crazy dips. So, we've got cheesecake with cherries on top, and you turn it into a dip by dipping your graham cracker into it. There you go. Oh, that's sweet, creamy, smooth, tart cherries. Yum. That is absolutely craveable. That is something that people will be like, oh, I'm just going to take a little bit of that home with me. Okay, who doesn't love everything Oreo cookie? Okay, I made a dip with the Oreo, without the Oreo cookies, just with that filling, a smooth, creamy cream cheese base, a little powdered sugar in that dip, then crumbled up some Oreos, toasted them off a little bit, put that as a coating on top, and then a double stuffed dip Oreo. Goes beautifully as your vehicle. Look at that, how fun. An Oreo lover's dream. I'm telling you, it is smooth as smooth gets. And that is like, if you love the filling of an Oreo more than you like the chocolatey, but you like some chocolatey, that is your dream right there. And sometimes people make them into those balls and roll them and you eat them. But this is really fun because it's a dip and people can do the work themselves. I'm telling you, you're enjoying your game. Okay, last but not least, who doesn't love banana pudding? Love banana pudding. If you make a creamy, smooth banana pudding with the sweetness of the ripe banana, you can serve that with Nilla wafers, graham crackers, chocolate chip cookies. You can even put it into little mini pie cups. This is so delicious. Banana is fruity and yummy and smooth and so great to finish a meal. I love game day bites. Let's get that game on. Let's make sure we're going to victory. And I hope you had fun at the carnival because I sure did. Great eats, everyone.